Welcome to online class of KPB School and College, Dhaka. This is MD Mahmudul Hasan Talukder, Assistant Teacher English. Dear students, viewers and listeners, how are you? I hope all of you are healthy and hearty at home. I am also fine by the mercy of Allah. Today I am going to teach you about transformation of sentence. First of all, you should know what is transformation of sentence. Transformation of sentence means changing sentence without changing the meaning of the sentence. Let's start our class. Simple to complex. Rule 1. The sentences which start with present participle or perfect participle or verb plus ing, the structure of the complex sentence would be when, since or as, subject plus verb plus extension plus second clause. We should use when if the sentence indicates time, and we should use since or as at the beginning of the complex sentence if the sentence indicates cause or reason. Okay, dear students, let's see some example. Number 1, simple. Being father, he cannot neglect his son. Complex. As his father, he cannot neglect his son. Here we can see being be plus ing. So we should follow this rule. We should use as or since at the beginning of the sentence, then subject plus verb plus extension, then the same clause. Example number 2, simple sentence. Seeing the guest, the old sailor called him. Here the sentence indicates time, so we should use when at the beginning of the complex sentence. When the old sailor saw the guest, the old sailor called him. The same clause is in past tense, so we should use here past tense. When the old sailor saw the guest, he called him. Let's see the third example. Simple. The water being very salty, we could not drink it. The complex sentence would be, since the water was very salty, we could not drink it. In this sentence, we can see that it indicates reason, so we should use here since. Since the water was very salty, we could not drink it. Let's see the next rule. Rule 2. In spite of or despite. The sentences which start with in spite of or despite, in case of those sentences, we should use though or although plus subject plus verb plus extension plus second clause. Let's see some example. Simple. In spite of his poverty, he is large-hearted. Here we can see in spite of at the beginning of simple sentence. So instead of in spite of, we should use though plus subject plus verb. Though here his is possessive, so we should use here subject he. Though he is poor, comma, he is large-hearted. The students, look at the sentence very carefully. Here we use though instead of in spite of, and the second clause remains unchangeable. Let's see the another example. Simple. Despite her having much wealth, she was unhappy. Here we can see despite at the beginning of the sentence, so we should use though or although. Then have is the verb, so we should use here had, because the second clause is in the past tense. So the complex sentence would be, although she had much wealth, she was unhappy. Let's move on to the next rule. Rule 3. 2 dot dot 2. We should use so instead of to, and we should use that instead of to, plus subject plus cannot or could not plus verb. Okay, let's see some examples. Simple sentence: he is too old to carry the load. Here we should use so instead of to. He is so. Here we use so instead of to. He is so old that. Here we use that instead of to. He cannot carry the load. This sentence is present tense, so we should use cannot after subject he. So the sentence will be, he is so old that he cannot carry the load. Let's see another example. The boy was too weak to walk. This sentence is in the past tense, so we should write down, the boy was so weak that he could not walk. Here we cannot use he cannot, we should use he could not, because this simple sentence is in past tense, so we should use could not plus verb. The boy was too weak to walk. The boy was so weak that he could not walk. Okay, move on to the next rule. Rule 4. Because of plus possessive form of subject plus being or having plus adjective or noun plus verb plus extension. Structure of the complex sentence will be since or as or because plus subject plus verb plus extension. If any simple sentence start with because of plus possessive form of subject, being or having, in case of those sentences we should follow this rule. We should use since or as or because at the beginning of the complex sentence. Then we should write down subject plus verb plus extension. Okay, let's see the example. Simple: because of his being honest, people respect him. Here we can see at the beginning of the sentence because of, so we should use as, since or because. As he is honest, comma, people respect him. Okay, move on to the next rule. Rule 5. The simple sentences which start with by plus gerund, we know that gerund is verb plus ing. In case of those sentences, you should use if plus subject plus verb plus extension plus second clause. One example will make it clear. Simple: by working hard, you can prosper. Here we can see by plus verb plus ing. So we should use if instead of by, and we should remove ing, and we should use the base form of verb. If you work hard, comma, the second clause will remain unchangeable. If you work hard, you can prosper. So the sentence will be, if you work hard, you can prosper. Move on to the next rule. Rule 6. Without plus gerund, you must use if you do not instead of without, plus base form of verb plus extension plus second clause. Simple: without working hard, you cannot succeed. Here you can see without at the beginning of the sentence, so we should use if you do not, we should use if you do not instead of without. Then ing would be removed and we should write the base form of verb. If you do not work hard, comma, you cannot succeed. Okay, dear students, move on to the next rule. Rule 7. The sentences which start with subject plus verb plus adjective or noun, the structure of the complex sentence would be it plus verb plus subject plus which plus verb plus extension. Example, simple, knowledge is power. Here you can see subject plus verb plus adjective or noun. Complex sentence would be it is knowledge which is power. Let's see another example. Simple, health is wealth. Complex, it is health which is wealth. Okay, dear students, that's enough for today. There are many rules of simple, complex and compound, so you should practice more and more at home. See you again in the next. Thank you very much for watching the class.